welcome to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, so grab a brush, grab some paint, grab some models, and paint along with me. Let's rid our world of unpainted models, people. Adam, you missed a spot. And this week, I'm going to be painting some terrain pieces. Now I use these for my Airbrush 101 this week, and now I'm going to just finish up the details, get them all nice and awesome. These are the new shipping crates, new-ish shipping crates from Games Workshop. I'm actually going to use them as terrain. I'm going to keep the rules, obviously, and use them in future battle reports as well, but right now I'm going to use them in terrain. I have a battle report tomorrow, and I want to get this done, because that way they can go on the tabletop and just look awesome. Now, one's slightly a different color than the others, but that's okay. Doesn't matter, they don't have to be the same color. And today we're going to paint the decals, the details, sorry, and get along with it. So let's get painting started now. Hey everyone, so today I'll be working on these shipping crates. My goal is to get them battle report ready. And yeah, get them on the tabletop, basically, right? That's my goal. I'm working a lot on terrain lately, as I said, because I want to get my terrain up to stuff for battle reports, right? That's the key. I just got my paint right here, and yeah, you know, that's the key, right? You got to get the. Nope, this is normal. All right, next one. I want to get my battle report terrain as awesome as possible. Right, so we're gonna do that today, and then yeah, you know, each week we're gonna set aside a little time and work hard and get some painting done. It's been a pretty good week so far. Today's actually been a great day. I've had a great day. It's my day off. I actually had a day off this week, and I'm taking full advantage of it. Most weeks I have a day off and I see my girlfriend, and it's awesome. But today it's a weekday, so I figured make the best of a day off, and I've had a really good productive day. Really good productive day. So, what am I going to talk about today? I've decided I probably won't be buying any new models anytime soon, other than maybe for a tutorial. If they come out, like if a model really speaks to me for painting, I can make a good tutorial. Sorry, I just unplugged the camera for a second. I figure if I'm making a really good tutorial out of it, I can maybe buy one. But other than that, I haven't bought models a lot lately. I have not bought that many, right? To be fair, but I made a conscious decision to stop buying, because what I'm gonna do is I've been organizing my models. I organize my workshop. Now, if you want to see what's going on in my life, I recommend checking out my vlog. I now have a weekly vlog, and it's been fun actually showing the behind the scenes stuff of my work, you know, the aspects of my life that I don't normally show. You see the finished products, you don't normally see what goes into my work. So this is just a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I talk a bit more, and you learn a bit more about me. So I would definitely recommend going and check out the vlogs if you want and see a little bit more about me. So yeah, the vlog has been good so far. It's been getting some good responses. It's slowly getting more views, and that's what matters. Something's going on right now with YouTube. My goal has been to get back to my normal views for about a year ago. Except, right now on YouTube, there's this like bump that I've been getting. I don't know if it's me or if it's YouTube or what, or they're like putting up views. Maybe I'm getting a lot more views, but it shows that I'm getting a lot more views than I normally do. So maybe it's my work that I've gone into it so far. Maybe it's just been some glitch in the system. I don't know. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, ever since I've been putting out videos again, I don't know, maybe it's the views, maybe I got recommended by YouTube or something, that something's happening behind the scenes that I don't know about. Maybe it's just updating some numbers. But in the last, like 5 days, I've gotten like 40,000 views. So, I hope that's a sign of things to come. That's all I'm saying. It'd be really nice to get back to that, because I'm already like pacing to be at a higher than I was a year ago already. So Just doesn't make sense why it's happening. I don't know why. We'll see. So you can see this week I'm working on these really cool containers, and apparently they have good rules to them too. I gotta learn the rules with them, but there's some good randomness, so I'll put them in battle report. I won't use them for the official rules tomorrow. Maybe I will. I'll see. I'll ask my opponent if he wants to. So that's one done. What else is silver on these things? I don't think anything else. I'm going to just paint the symbols gold. Yeah. And these parts silver. They're coming along well. But yeah, life's good. I'm working hard this week. And if you see my vlog, you'll know that. But the content is really starting to come back, and that feels amazing. So I'll have a little more time on my hands to put into making videos. You know, this week there was a painting tutorial in the Warp. There were definitely a few weeks in a row. Definitely some that there weren't one, and there's one this week. Miniature Painting 101's done for free. It's Marble. We're about to finish up the Marble series. And what else? What's in the free content? The Warp Miniature Painting 101 this week is Chibi Hair with a halo. So it's pretty cool. It was a fun one to paint. Now, in retrospect, I did take some time off and from the free content for Miniature Painting 101, and I usually say, it's a 6-month free preview in the Warp, and what I actually mean is like 24 episodes, right? Whenever I put a new one in the Warp, a new one goes out for free, and so forth, but it's about 24 episodes and an episode a week, 6 months. But it's crazy. I actually filmed the Marble one almost a year ago. I finished the series. I filmed the series in late January of last year. Now, it didn't go up in the Warp till March. Obviously, my life kind of hit the fan in late January, early February, and that's why I took some time off. But it was actually been filmed a whole year ago. So it's crazy thinking about it. Like, I looked at that footage, I'm like, wow, that was actually from this time but a year ago. And look at then what's happened since, it breaks my brain. It's crazy, okay? Yeah, look at what's all transpired. But now I'm getting back into it, and my goal is the vlog is one of my new series, and I have a couple other ideas that I'm going to do probably starting maybe next week. And it's pretty safe to say, like, there will be a How to Play 40K this week. There will be. It'll be up at some point, I promise. The last big piece of the puzzle, and then I'll start doing little videos, like challenges or something. I didn't cover them in this video because this video is the fight sub phase of the combat phase. So it is by far the most complicated phase in the game, because you need to know a whole lot of information, right? Almost the entire stat line of each model in combat has to be used, right? In this one, you use the weapon skill, not their ballistic skill, obviously, but their weapon skill, their strength, their toughness, initiative, number of wounds, leadership if they lose, right? Initiative regardless if they win or lose, number of attacks. Like, there's just so many things you need to know. So I start off, of course, with a very simple example. Just a squad of 5 orc boys assaulting a squad of 5 space marines and showing what happens in the combat. So pretty straightforward, you know. Good. Look at that. First step done. This might be a shorter video. All right, now we do golds. Let's do the golds, and then I'll come back and hit that with a shade. Then probably hit the golds with a shade as well, 2 different shades. Yeah, that'd probably be the best way to go. Sorry, I'm just texting as well. And as always, Adam, you missed a spot. What do I do now? Let's do golds. As you see, these crates aren't that complicated, but I really like them. There's some symbols on the sides. We'll work on those. But I like them. They're just going to get interesting terrain pieces. You can stack them like this. That's really cool. Maybe I should wait a second and then just hit that with a shade, and then while the shade's drying, apply gold. That's probably a better idea. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, I'll hit it with a non-oil shading. And then while that's drying, start with the golds. That way I can get as much done in this video as possible. Right. So that's pretty much dry. It's pretty hot into this workshop, so it's been good. What else should I talk about this week? Blue Jays continue to do wheel and deal. We'll see how they do next year. This week is an interesting week because President-elect Trump becomes president. No more POTUS, now it's POTUS. And I'm not going to really get into it too much. I know that I don't really want to get into politics about this stuff. But I think either way, regardless of how you view on Trump, if you like him or don't like him, I think it's going to be an interesting couple of years that's coming up, providing no one shoots him. I think it's going to be an interesting time up ahead. Maybe some good stuff, maybe some bad stuff up ahead. I have no idea. But with somebody like Donald Trump, you never know. It could be some good stuff ahead, some bad stuff. You know, in Canada, we actually have right now. In Canada, we have multiple parties, and the second biggest party, the first biggest party, gets to be have the prime minister. The leader of that party becomes prime minister. Right now, it's Justin Trudeau. And the second biggest party is called the opposition. Now, the opposition right now, what typically happens is a lot of the time the opposition leader will step down after the election, because if you lose the election, you don't typically want to continue to run the party, seeing as you don't get the support from the community, like from the country, right? You don't, you're obviously not the best potential leader for your party, a lot of people think, because the best potential leader for their party will get the party the victory. So it shifts. And right now, the leader stepped down. So right now, a bunch of people are running for the leader of the opposition, the second biggest party called the Conservatives. And Canada's basically Canada's equivalent of Donald Trump has just stepped up. Not as big of a name, but his name's Kevin Leary. He's in the show Dragon's Den. In the States, it's called Shark Tank. And he's a very, very rich businessman who likes to run his mouth as well. Like, he states what he says what he thinks, and people respect that, I guess. And he's kind of Canada's Donald Trump. And I'm guessing the fact that Donald Trump got in so easily, like Donald Trump not so easily, so overwhelmingly, he won, right? Depending on how you, of course, believe that he won because he didn't get the majority vote, but I'm not going into that. I'm not starting too many politics conversations. But because he won, Kevin O'Leary has decided to throw his hat in the ring. So he's now running for leader of the opposition, hoping that in a couple years he can call an election and possibly become prime minister over Justin Trudeau. So we'll see. That'll be an interesting time. I just dropped my palette. Oops. So Canada's going through some stuff too. Right now the Canadian dollar is really, really weak. Really, really weak. And it sucks because I'm preparing for my trip to Schaumburg, Illinois, hopefully soon. I believe I'll be able to go to Adepticon. So that'll be good. I'm hopefully going to be able to go to Adepticon. That's going to be my goal. I really like to go, have a good time, keep vlogging and filming and having a good time. I didn't sign myself up for much, but I can't wait to go to the GW events. If I do end up going, I'll definitely try to get there as soon as possible and get to those the GW information. Look at that. So shade's already been applied. As I said, this may not be the most the longest video, but it's okay. You know, as long as we get like half an hour of even painting, it really helps. Any little bit helps, right? That's what matters. So now I'm just going to prepare the golds and work on those too. Heck, if I get this, you know, if I only paint for half an hour but I get it done, that's not a bad thing. Because then we painted, and I got my goal for the day done. That's, you know, for the painting. That's huge. That's a good thing to get done. Because then I can bring those into my battle report room and start using them in battle reports. I have a battle report tomorrow. It's against Trevor. Trevor's a really good guy. I played him several times before. I'll always have fun when I play against Trevor. I always have fun when I play against almost all my opponents, to be fair. But sorry, I'm shaking the gold. And next week's painting tutorial, or the next painting tutorial that we'll work on is this piece of terrain. I really want to get this done. This little, whatever it's called, it comes with the statue. This thing, I want to get that done in the future to get that on the table. As I said, things are getting accomplished now. It feels really good. It feels really, really good to get stuff accomplished. You know? At this rate, I should be hitting 4 million views on my free content in the next month and a half, 2 months. That's amazing. 4 million. Craziness. And I'm somewhere past 30,000 subscribers. Yeah, 30,400. My subscribers haven't gone, like, ever since I started getting back up into making videos. I haven't noticed that big of a bump in subscribers yet. That's okay. It'll happen, hopefully. It may not happen, to be honest. That's okay. But it should hopefully come back eventually. The views are easy because you put out videos. People watch the videos, hopefully, and you get views. Like, it's not... Your subscribers can easily... increase your view count by just, if it's just only your subscribers who watch the videos, putting out more videos equals more views. Logical. But I got paint all over me right now, so I'm going to have to wash my hands. Subscribers isn't the same thing. It's a very different metric. And a lot of people don't realize that. Where are my paper towels? I'll use this one, why not? Subscribers, you can work really hard, but it doesn't necessarily correlate. when you're getting back into making, like, for me, getting back into making my videos. So I'm just washing my hands. I got so much gold paint all over my hands. Because, you know, as I said, people have to resubscribe. Like, maybe you have to get those old subscribers back. Maybe it's hard to get new subscribers. I don't know. But what I have noticed is that, like, my viewers are, like, right now my subscribers are up. But not as much by far as my views. So, we'll see. I'm hoping that I can, you know, I would love to hit 40K this year. That's my goal. I would love to hit 40,000 subscribers. Because that would just be amazing. And I think one of the video series that I'm going to make will give me some views. We'll see. Or subscribers. We'll see. So, let's just paint. Let's see that. It's a little thin, but it'll be okay. I don't know. I don't want to only think about it in source of views and subscribers, but because I do this partially as a job, you know, I have to think about it sometimes. What I care more about is just producing the best content that I can as frequently as I can. That's what matters to me, not necessarily the pays off of views or subscribers, but if I can honestly say that I'm hitting, you know, the content as hard as I can, you know, that's what kind of matters to me. If I can look back at the week and go, oh yeah, I really put out as much content as I could, I really hope you enjoy it, that's awesome. It's definitely a bit watery. Or fluidy. That's okay. That's definitely okay. So it'll start evaporating soon and look awesome. It's been wacky weather. Can't believe I'm talking about the weather, but it's been really weird this winter so far. Tons of rain, tons of precipitation, tons of snow, but a lot of freezing rain lately. We had like 2 or 3 days of freezing rain warnings, and like today, you'll see in my vlog, I walked the dog, and it was practically like skating with the dog. He was pulling me. Spock is just a little dude, and he could pull me easily. So it's coming along. These pieces are, well, my content is coming back, and that's what I really hope you guys see as well, and girls obviously, but you see that the content is really coming back. I kind of want to forget about a lot of the last year and how I lagged and slacked. I didn't really slack, but I was dealing with working a whole lot. Now it's time to get back to work, roll up my sleeves, and make awesome content again. These things are going to look awesome. They're going to be on the tabletop tomorrow for the battle report in my... I really hope you like my new table. There's only been a couple of videos so far of my new table. But One down. I'm just pouring some rubbing alcohol, or sorry, 99% isopropanol to wash off my brush. I haven't had a chance to watch much TV this week. That's okay. Working hard. I had an EB Games gift card, so I got one for a while, like last Christmas. Not even this Christmas, last Christmas. And when I heard about the NES Classic, I wanted one. So I've been waiting, and I finally got one today. So that's been really cool. I bought it with a gift card, so it didn't cost me anything. I've been on this kick a lot lately. Well, it's been the last few months especially, but I'm going to talk about it in my blog probably a little more. I've been kind of living like, not necessarily minimalist. I did watch a documentary on it the other day, and I'm like, oh, I can really relate to that. But I've been trying to just spend a lot less. Like, I realize that in life, we tend to spend so much unnecessarily. And I've been kind of cutting down on that a lot lately. You know, one of my biggest costs in my life until like October, November, I bought fast food frequently at work. And I stopped that to save money, and it's really helped me, you know, get myself a little bit more out of debt quicker. I feel better not eating fast food, you know, 5 days a week. Actually, it was like 6. And yeah, life's, you know, like better that way. I just find that, so what I did was I inventoried all the toiletries that I own, and that way I'm not going to buy any more until they're all gone. You know, don't buy anything until it's gone. And I'm taking the same approach right now with miniatures. Was obviously I have tons of miniatures right now, right? So I decided that I'm not, unless it's for a tutorial, I'm not going to purchase new miniatures. Now, terrain is slightly different because I do need kind of some terrain at the moment just for my battle reports. But like right now, I'm not going to let myself buy any more Space Marine miniatures until all of my Space Marine miniatures are done. So that'll kick me on my butt. So that means if I want to buy more, I got to paint more. And right now I have, you know, a few more vehicles I have to paint, a couple more squads of scouts and Terminators, and yeah, so I'm happy with that. You know what? It'll give me something to do for the next couple months, get them all done and nice. And then when they're all painted and that shelf is empty, then maybe I'll consider buying a couple new Space Marine models to keep going with my Imperial Fists. I painted, for painting tutorial, I painted the Death Watch Watchmaster, and I'm like, oh, I really want to start a Death Watch army. But luckily for me, and I mean luckily because I would have spent it easily, that Battle Force, when sold out before I could buy one, because I would totally, I looked at them like, oh, I would have spent the $200. So sometimes that's good. Like, you know what, it was a great deal, but I'm like, okay, that, you know what, it prevented me from buying something, from spending my money unnecessarily. I'm trying to just save more and spend less, because I would really like to get myself out of debt, and I don't need that much more. Like, that's the thing. Like, I looked around and I'm like, I don't really need much more. I need something, like a few things, and if I do really, really need them, I'll buy them. But I'm not that big on clothing, you know. Miniatures used to be my big expense, but I haven't bought a lot of them in the last year and a half, 2 years. Or I really have not spent that much on miniatures. But I have so many that I paint, you know, like, we all become kind of like, I should do a video on it, but we, you know, like, kind of like hoarders. Miniature hoarders. Because we like have these ambitions of painting all these miniatures, and then we don't. So it's been really good to just sit back and get things done. Like, I've been throwing away boxes upon boxes for the miniatures lately, and getting back into painting a lot. It's been really good. It really has been. So I recommend it. So this wasn't really too complex of a week for painting with Jay. All I did was, the golds. And that's good. These are definitely 3 colors. They'd look good on the tabletop, especially on my city table. Maybe I'll paint the buttons quickly. The pad, like a blue. Cool. Yeah, but I've gotten so much done, and my vlogs really kept me accountable. Like that's what my goal is, to show you guys a little bit more about my life and goals, obviously, but and to keep myself accountable. I wanted some more accountability, that it would just force me to get out. And while I'm filming myself, I gotta film. Like, I would film, and I'm like, here's the work I want to do, and I get it done. That's the thing. And I've been doing it a lot, and that's really one of my driving factors has been this vlog. It's a weekly vlog, because I don't do enough in a day to actually make it interesting, other than work. I don't have an interesting of a job. So, but look at that. I think they're done. They look good. I could easily stack them. And I'll put them on my tabletop. You know what? I'll end here. That's not bad. Like, that's definitely tabletop quality. They look good. They definitely will. I'll stack maybe 1 or 2 there, 2 here on the battlefield, and it'll be fun. We'll put those in the battlefield and see if I want to use the special rules. So let's end here. So that concludes another episode of Painting with Jay. I really hope you got some stuff done too. And in the end, a couple simple steps, but these look good. I finished up the details. They'll be on the tabletop tonight and on my battlefield, and that's the important part. Is I got them done. I got them done to a decent standard. I'm happy with them. I airbrushed most of them for my Airbrush 101 in the Warp, but that's all that matters. You know what? That I'm happy with them. They'll be on the tabletop. Another few models out of my workshop. I can throw away a box. Life's good. Life's very good for that. So thank you so much for painting along with me and for supporting me, for watching my videos. I really hope you enjoyed this week's content. And obviously, huge thank you to my Patreon subscribers. This is a free content video, so link in the description below if you want to help support my free content. As you can see all their names, like if you want to get your name on my video, support the content. It really does help me. It really does. And so thank you very much for watching. Till next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.